RRQ get another.
Get another, and then whatever they prioritize. So there it is.
So now it's Karma, surely.
Senna locked in.
This is something to consider as well. RRQ have not shown Karma. I know the champion's been perma-banned, but then you would consider who on RRQ would really play Karma. I doubt Maki would play it. I doubt Helios would play it. EXO, maybe? It just seems like none of their players... Okay, well, I'm wrong.
All right.
All good.
I think it's too powerful. I think you
right?
have to have had practice on this champion. I mean, I think it's probably one of, if not the most picked and banned champion at the moment in this entire competition at the moment. Yeah. So you need to make sure you have practice, even though you don't get a lot of game time on stage on this champion. I'm sure the scrims and everything as well. And I'm sure, like, you know, the players will have practiced a lot on this champion.
So I'm just pretty curious about who's gonna pick up the Karma. Who's the one gonna go Sa this game? Yeah, that was my Karma impression.
That was good.
Thank you.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Took me a while to realize.
One more time.
Sa Tiri.
You do a Seraphine one?
I don't even know what she says.
No, Seraphine's not in this game, so we're going Nasus.
I can't hit that high note, but I think Rafa can if there's ever a Seraphine in the game.
All right, we'll ask Rafa later.
Ooh.
So Nasus, and then the first time we've seen Echo. So again, the jungle pool kind of going a little bit deeper here. We assume this is going to rush. It can play in other lanes, but theoretically going to rush.
Interesting. We've seen Long on Echo. Long has been the one that's mainly picked up the Echo. He got that really big, insane quadra kill as well. Interesting to see if this does go in the hands of Rush or Hack. We haven't seen either of them pick it up just yet.
Okay.
So they have that little bit of flexibility, though.
So from what we understand from the draft right now, right, Sengoku is a very clear condition for how they want to play out the game. When you see a Senna Nasus, they're going to run at you. You want the rest of the team to follow that identity. We are going in. Echo kind of does that. He can look for flanks as well. It's not a bad pickup, but what it does hit is that you guys said Rush needs to hit carries, right? Echo is definitely a carry if that goes over to him, and Echo is great against Varus as well if you can find angles onto him. RRQ though, the Varus Karma, if you put the Karma in the support position, that could be very punishing for Senna Nasus in lane.
Yeah, not enough range there for Nasus, who's just going to get poked all the way back on over to the base.
Yes.
So... kind of questionable here. Wukong banned away, so at least more respect ban here by RRQ. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential junglers banned away if you're counting Camille as one of them. And so Rush is gonna, I guess thinking that it's gonna be Echo.
Yeah.
But RRQ not too convinced, just making sure.
You can tell by the bans that both teams don't really know where these champions are going right now.
Too many
flexes. RRQ is like, okay, we're going to ban out the Wukong because we think that Echo might be mid lane, so we want to count that out, but Echo obviously can play in jungle. And it's the same with Sengoku as well. You know, they ban out the Rakan because they think that maybe this can go into Helios' hands. You know, the Karma can go into Helios. And that's the flexibility. And because RRQ on the red side, they're the ones that are going to be like, okay, we're going to leave this flexibility. Is this Karma going to go mid, or is it going to go in the support role?
Yeah, this is really good draft coming out from RRQ. They have a lot of options for how they want to play out their team comp. And it is Olaf for Rush, which means it's going to be Echo for Hawk. That's very interesting here. What options does Helios have to play into that one? I feel like you could run back Lucian here. It's not a bad pick.
I think it's just more of what you said, more of go in. You know, Olaf wants to go in, Echo wants to go in, Nasus wants to dive in as well. You've got Senna in the back line, and then you have a Shen on top of that as well. So you're going to be getting a lot of shields and a lot of heals over to the Olaf. Maybe not as much as like a Karma or a Lulu to the Olaf.
But playing Olaf in the Karma is such an annoyance.
Yeah, and this kind of goes back to the point that TJ was making earlier. This is not easy to execute. This is going to be one where the team has to win early. There isn't any forgiveness if you don't win early. Maybe the Nasus is farming, and then Kali coming out.
Helios is likely going to be playing that Akali. I don't believe we'll see. Maybe Devil J plays it and then Helios. Okay, no, I got a bit too excited for no reason at all. It's going to be Helios Akali.
I think Devil J had a really good performance on the Renekton last game. I think he's going to have pretty much a free day as well against Kai on the Shen. He's going to try and get that early advantage as well, what he did last game, and be that frontline tank for the team. But it's kind of the same, you know, for RRQ, you know, Renekton, Riven, but then you have the backline access for Helios as well, so Helios can try and get onto the backline to try and shut down one on his center. All
right, well, there we have it. The teams have very clear identities. Sengoku Gaming trying to keep their identity alive here at Icons 2022. They'll need a win against RRQ, the favorite.
Echo. Game number 2 of this best of 3 series. Sengoku 1 game away from being eliminated from Icons. RRQ 1 game away from reaching the knockout stage.
Sengoku, all eyes are on Hawk. This Echo pick that the European #1 seed were so scared of, they didn't want to see it light of day at all. Can Hawk perform?
Hawk, a former world champion, reaching deep into his pool of characters. He's known for this kind of nonsense.
Speaking of nonsense, at an all-out brawl, level 1, it is the double poke lane from Exosin and Marky, almost finding lethal on the one.
So it is kind of nonsense because there's no universe in which a Senna wins that fight. But here's how it's not nonsense. The universe we live in, that Senna just got a ton of stacks. You want some more nonsense?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened in mid, but Helios got destroyed.
Absolutely blasted. And this is why maybe Team Queso, we're onto something.
Absolutely
They must have
trashed.
They must have had the scrim knowledge
got
already
recycled.
against Sengoku and said, yeah, Hawk's Echo kind of slapped.
Packed up and reused.
That's right. Efficiency.
Rough times for Helios on the Akali. Early levels as Akali are rough, but he picks this matchup. He felt pretty good about this matchup. And Hawk winning out early. Tell me about Echo mid.
Well, Echo mid, unlike the jungle Echoes that we've seen, goes for full damage. Long has really shown that from jungle Echo, you can go for a more bruiser style. And now, we're going to hold on to that because Chaz is coming in for a gank, punishing on the fact that one did not have summoner spells, and that's first blood for RRQ.
That's what happens when you blow your flash level 1 because you try to get a kill on Senna level 1, and then you flash away because you're playing Senna and you don't do any. That's what happens.
Boom.
Boom.
Bam.
Bam.
Bada bop boom.
Sengoku down a little bit of blood early on Juan.
Pow.
Pow.
Parallel convergence stops the gank in its tracks.
Hawk able to cancel out the gank. Not get a whole lot more, but that's okay for him. He's playing without any backup at this time as Rush and indeed the entire team for Sengoku was shadowing the play down bottom, trying to keep Juan and Oki alive.
Now looking for the opportunity on the Helios, but he's got both jerk and backflip, and he's got flash, so it's a little difficult to lock down this Akali. Something that's really interesting is Helios rushing the Oblivion Orb in this lane, because he knows that if he ever goes for an all-in a Hawk, Hawk's only turnaround play is using Chrono Break, and you get all that health back. Without having to depend on Ignite, you can always ensure that you're getting the greatest moves implemented. Hawk taking fruit away from Helios. What is this?
I don't think he got any. I think Helios defended the fruit.
And now Chaz here with Exosin. They can lock down Rush or Hawk here. They've already gotten the flash out of Rush. Hawk keeps a safe distance.
Yeah, Hawk, though, spacing out the chase and completely denying it. Exosin and Helios had to scatter in order to not be hit by the Wombo combo. So, very good play. Hawk demonstrating, as you would expect, that he's very, very good on that Echo mid. Down bottom, get out your pillows. This is a bit of a snooze fest, but it's Oki scaling up. And the promise here is that this Nasus Senna is going to be real scary in about 10 minutes.
I don't know if those are pillows anymore. Those are rocks being thrown by Marky and Exosin, looking to inflict real damage onto Oki, forcing the exhaust out.
Yeah, some fruit burns, not much more. 2 ultimates spent by Sengoku.
Now look at this RRQ just really turning up the heat right now, getting a flash out of Kai, but they follow up Devil J and Chaz, jazzing it up.
Kai overcommits, committing onto Devil J. Chaz pops out of the bush, stuns him up. The brief double taunt is a window where I thought he might be able to get away with it. At the end of the day, Kai burns his flash, goes down, will lose his turret, I think. It's going to be darn close.
Oh, they got it.
So, disaster for Kai and Sengoku during the early game.
And that's one of the things that you can do against the Shen at level 5. After playing with Kangas so long in our duo queue sessions, one of the things that he tells me, please don't leave me alone when I hit level 5. Either come to my lane and gank for me, or make a play on the other side of the map.
Because Shen doesn't have an ultimate. I mean, he does, but it helps you get into other fights. And when the Renekton hits level 5, he's going.
Yeah, you can't do anything in the 1v1 with your ultimate. Huge power boost for Renekton, and it's Chaz that capitalizes it immediately at 4 minutes into the game. Turret gone, which means that RRQ now have their pick of the litter when it comes to objectives.
First turret break over to RRQ, boosting their gold a decent amount. They're now at 2,000. A far greater gold lead than they had during game number 1. However, Sengoku, it is worth noting, to scale better than they did during game 1. Yet again, they still have individual players doing all right for gold. This time it's the Sengoku Hawk and Rush duo.
Juan still doesn't have flash from before. It just is so damn easy for the Filipino representatives. RRQ, beautiful transcendent embrace from Exosin, clumping up all 3. Chain of Corruptions is spreading. And the rest of Sengoku are sent in a panic. Have to defend the mid turret now, and they cede control of the Rift Herald.
Hawk's doing damage in these fights. That's scary to me, but it's not enough to stop RRQ from just landing those combos. It is enough to stop the bleeding, and Sengoku think they can get this dragon.
Rest of Sengoku pile on over to the dragon. They will secure it for themselves. Helios trying to buy some time. Oh, Hawk trying to get onto Helios. Perfect execution, and that is Hawk's Chrono Break burned. Rest of RRQ sending Sengoku away from the mid lane, and this Rift Herald crashing might be able to net them the turret.
Yeah, teaser of how Hawk's going to be trying to play this character, but a teaser maybe all we get as the gold lead is spiraling. Sengoku to get that dragon on the opposite side of the map, that is all.
Oh, good punish from Sengoku, getting the flash out of Helios. I like that Sengoku are at least looking for plays now that we've hit the mid-game, but RRQ are clearly the ones pressing on the gas and forcing Sengoku to match their tempo.
So far, Sengoku can't keep up.
Not quite
driving
my tempo.
a pretty old car, Mark.
Not quite my tempo, TJ.
Yeah, and so RRQ building out a solid gold lead early. Much of that gold lead where it matters as well. In the hands of Chaz, in the hands of Helios, in the hands of Marky. They're going to be really scary in these first couple of team fights. Marky, of course, building towards that second item Muramana. Once that completes, he will be burning people in these fights. In particular, those arrows are going to be finding their home in the back of Hawk and Juan. Juan so far, very easy target in these fights. Not getting the defense he needs. A consistent story for the AD carry over on Sengoku.
We saw a glimpse of that in Game 1, where Exosin single-handedly marking him and just letting the rest of RRQ feast on him. The rest of RRQ now, once again, ahead 4,000 gold as we approach the 8-minute mark. Sengoku, it's not game over yet, but being behind this early on into the game does make their chances of making the late game very slim.
Yeah, Cliff Notes, it's bad. Hawk, I think, is their only hope. There we go.
Parallel Convergence just sends Devil J away from the turret, saying, hey, you can't have this. Oh, no, Kai.
He's not out.
Oh, no, 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 he isn't. Chaz has him locked down. Dawning Shadow from Juan gives him a shield, but the damage is too much from RRQ.
Chaz drops the ulti and cuts him down to size. I don't even know if Helios got in. Maybe hit him with the kunai strike. That was it. Everything else came from Chaz, who is doing pretty well in this promotion game for RRQ. They're about to mirror Team Secret last year and reach the knockout stage.
Rush popping the Ragnarok, forcing the stand united from Kai as a defensive maneuver. Juan and Oki are
the
here
turn
as a response, and the
Flash.
turn is fantastic.
Exhaust.
Oki flashing forward, getting summoner spells out of RRQ.
A good turn for Sengoku, and something they badly needed. Keeping the trades even there. They're going to keep pressing forward, forcing RRQ back behind their turn and buying time on the map. Unfortunately, none of their waves are in position to do much with it, and they don't even have jungle to clear.
It's just a relief of pressure right now for Sengoku. Ocean Dragon will be spawning in a couple minutes from here.
You know what's up in a minute?
What's that?
Chaz, maybe. But the Rift Herald. Chaz brawling kind of risky here, because if either jungler goes down, Rift Herald goes to the opposite team. This is one of Sengoku's final chances in this game to contend. They need to get at least an even trade during this period to keep the gold within reach.
Kai. Uh-oh. Chaz
the flash.
returning from the punish. They burned the flash last time, and a repeat visit ensures that RRQ get the kill down as the Baron laner, but Rush making a trade onto the top side of the map, ensuring that gold isn't completely
They're
central
chasing
safe.
Helios. Burning this turret as Helios tries to kill the minions. They'll get some turret plates, some gold over. That gives Sengoku advantage as well as Helios will need to reset. Here comes the Rift Herald. Can they burn it? Here come RRQ. They're not trying.
They're not quite in position yet. Rush off of reset. Storming immediately out of the base, but Hawk also wants to spend some of his money. He is on 2-item Echo. This is where this champion hits like a truck. If you can get enough burst damage down or line up that Chrono Break, you can turn around this game as Hawk.
And here's the team fight they need to do it in. Sengoku, step forward to the Rift Herald.
Rest of RRQ forced out of the pit. Helios is back in there.
Hawk.
Hawk using the chrono break, but
He's
he
dead.
dodges it! Oh my goodness, the mid laner has been taken out. Rift Herald secured for Chaz. Rest of RRQ, they're on the assault, they're on the hunt.
That's
and
it.
all 5 members have been eliminated for a prime
Gaming!
ace!
An easy one for RRQ, and they have 13 seconds on these death timers, Mark. They're gonna break an inhibitor at least.
RRQ, how far will they go? They've got the
Rift
Rift Herald.
Herald.
They might go for the game right
They
here.
could. 2 seconds on Hawk and Juan. They're gonna be back now. Rift Herald collides, inhibitor gone. And RRQ own this game. They are a breath away from being the second ever Filipino team to qualify for the knockout stage of an international tournament.
And take a look back at the Coca-Cola pop-off. You see that it is Sengoku on the assault first, but the turnaround from RRQ.
And it is all Helios destroying Hawk as he dives and tries to find the fight. Him and Marky focus, the key player on the enemy team, and there is nothing to be done. Rush is distracted, trying to take out Exos, and the rest of his team falls apart.
Sengoku rushed down the Ocean Dragon on spawn. RRQ not quite in position
Oh,
yet. Hold
Dawning
up.
Shadow.
Okay, Rush and the Dawning Shadow eliminate the backline. Marky is on the back foot, but the rest of RRQ, it is the Bruisers. It is Helios, Chaz, and Double J that steps up once again and eliminates Sengoku.
2 good fights in a row from Rush, and 2 fights in a row where that is not enough. Just Kai left on the map to defend. It doesn't look like RRQ will get much for it. It is worth noting they'll clean out the jungle, but that's about it. Sengoku on 1 HP? There we go. Sengoku to get the dragon. So, yay.
Sengoku will take anything that they could get at this point. It is all about surviving at this point. You've got to stop the bleeding. You're down an inhibitor. Super minions are constantly putting pressure until the end of the game through the mid lane. It's rough out here.
Very, very bad news for Sengoku and fans of the WJC in Japan. Here we go.
Well, Marky, okay. This could be a huge pick. They've got Sand United coming out, ensuring that the pick is clean. Sengoku now working with a numbers advantage
They're
against
gonna pincer
RRQ.
this.
They want to look for it. Rush. Not quite in range to lock him down.
And I was wondering for a moment as they looked for more picks if they would be able to convert that into a Baron. If they found a couple more kills, that would be perfect timing. But RRQ able to disengage. You can tell RRQ know what's at stake there. Demonstrating what has been an evolution of this team.
Oh.
That's an early ult.
Yeah, Rush
Chaz.
felt the pressure. Oh, Chaz in the middle of 3 people.
Stasis.
Goes golden. Buys time. Pops the wind slash. Advancing forward. Slashing for Broken Wings. Keeper stun. One is gone. And Helios, with the power of the sun in the palm of his hand, makes the entire region of the Philippines proud and gleam with pure joy. RRQ on the doorsteps of the Nexus.
On the doorsteps of the knockout stage!
They advance through in style. RRQ will once again send Sengoku down and advance to the knockout stage.
What a win for the Miracle Machine! The team that was not supposed to be here clawed their way through the WCS playoffs and have looked better and better and better ever since. Now they destroy Sengoku 2-0 in the series. It looks clean, it looks controlled, and it's earned them a shot at being the highest placed team from their region ever internationally. They will join Team Flash. It's a good day for the WCS.
Team Secret walked so Rex could run, TJ, making the home region proud. All the WCS, and look at that! Yeah! what is... Just showing the back strength of the RRQ members. So now we're getting photos. We're getting
It has to be a selfie. You can't take a photo. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. You got to get in there, Helios. Everyone equally did their job. All smiling faces, all happiness, all good vibes from the RRQ boys.
And the team photo as well. A good sign for RRQ. A rough day for Sengoku, who will be eliminated. They leave now with a 2-0 that doesn't...
The future here saying, hey, I can play a Kali.
Yeah.
Just a heads up here, FPX. I can play a Kali if we end up having to need to use that. Just something else to think about. You know, for Sengoku Gaming, again, joined us here for the group stages. They were able to win a series, a great series against Team Queso. Sorry, I'm not trying to rub that one in, but just, again,
Rub it in.